Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome to Gabe's Reef. I haven't done a video in a little while. I just kind of let everything settle in. I had quite a bit of a algae issue, and I removed some of it. I gravel vacuumed some of it. I got some equipment I needed. For instance, my magnetic little cleaner right there in the corner does not have a scraper on it, so I'm getting ready to order a scraper for the glass. I get some of it. You could kind of see a little bit, especially in this right corner right here. I had to shift these rocks over so I can clean it better. So I did that. And then I cleaned actually the power head and everything, and it all went back on her. It's been a little while since I've done a water change, almost a week or so. Everything is perfect. I mean, the levels are perfect. Everything is doing great. Actually, my bandit already shed his skin or his shell or whatever, so he's growing. The Nemo fish, well, Nemo and the clownfish are basically, I'm not gonna say their names, I don't know who's probably, well, you might be able to figure it out, but the Nemos are kind of exploring around the tank. They've been kind of swimming around the bubble anemone. I think he's just really small right now. I'll kind of show you the bubble anemone. It's really small right now, so they're kind of not that interested in it. So I'm just gonna start of what's new in the tank and what I've been doing. So I'm gonna show you a quick overview of my corals starting from this bottom left. So right here is my mushroom coral right there. He is beautiful. I know you can see some of the glue. I kind of applied a lot because I didn't want it to move and fall over. So I may eventually change that, but for now it's doing so well I don't want to keep moving it and messing with it. There is my Subee, S-U-B-E-E or something weird like that. Anemone, I'm terrible with names, I do apologize. There is my green emerald crab. There is my bubble anemone. There is my mandarin dragonet. There is, I'm not sure what the name of that technically is. There's the two clownfish, also with the yellow-tailed damsel. But I love that coral right there. It almost looks like a mushroom or something. I think it is a mushroom. And then also going over here, I'm terrible with names, but you kind of see it's doing amazing. He's following the camera. Yes, I know. You're cute. I know. They're kind of following the cameras. Looks like the bigger one has become the dominant one. Hopefully, you should be changing to a female. And then here is the leather cabbage, or leather tree, I'm sorry. It is doing absolutely wonderful. Down to my newest addition, my candies. They're opening up. I just put them in late yesterday, so it hasn't even been 24 hours, and they're doing amazing. You can kind of see how I got that glue around the stem. I do kind of apply a lot, and you kind of watch that because it doesn't look as good, but all that can be cleaned up later. I just want everything to kind of get used to and establish. And then this coral, I have it facing, when it fell so much that I couldn't tell what side was what. I mean, it literally bunched up so tight. So here's basically, I guess, the front of it. It's kind of hard to see. This coral is absolutely beautiful. I mean, one of my favorite soft corals. And then I have 3 turbo snails. They're doing good. I have 4 hermits. And then here's my bandit shrimp right there. He just got done molting. And I also have a horseshoe crab. But honestly, I probably won't see him too often. I've kind of looked for him. There is my hair algae that's driving me nuts. The scraper is going to clean this tank, which should be no problem. I probably should have done that, but hey, I'm just honest with you guys. It's doing well. I don't want to mess with it too much. There is one of my hermits right there crawling. I think that's a mushroom right here that was on the coral. Right there. It's looking good. And then some of the cultures on the other rock, like the purple and the beautiful colors, are starting to transfer to those rocks. So that's always good. Making rocks look good. There's a bunch of holes and caves in this rock formation. I absolutely love that. Like, there's plenty of places for them to hide. Someone even dug a little bed right here. You can kind of see. Let me get the right angle. See how they kind of dug a little bed? That's cool. There is... I don't know what's going on over there. There's a bunch of stuff stacked up in that corner. I don't know if it was a current or what. I might move those things out of that corner. I know that hermit, I gotta watch, make sure that snail isn't stuck or there isn't a snail in this pile, because that hermit crab will take advantage of that. I'm gonna kind of move all those things. They're all over the place. I see them sometimes like towards the top up here. I see them around the back of it. There is the Mandarin Dragonet hunting. I have this jet right here, kind of for the main pump, kind of pointed to the top to make the water ripple. And then I have a power head taking care of the lower half. There's my protein skimmer. I do only run it in the evening. So when I go to bed, I turn it on, and when I wake up in the morning at 6, I turn it off. I don't want to remove too much of the stuff. You can remove some good, some good proteins and minerals and stuff out of the water. So you have to kind of wash that. I'm not going to run it 24/7. I have plenty of filtration right now. I'm using the Coral Life original filter. It's a carbon filter. And then I also bought a bag of carbon, premium spectrum bag of carbon. And then I have the ceramic bio cylinders, and then I have some black, kind of like a black foam filter, a big block of that. So there's 3 shells plus the top one, that's 4. And then there's another block of foam separating the second and the third chamber, the sub pump right over here. I always keep it really full. That's how I used to kind of see. And then I bought so much more stuff under here. It is getting literally crazy. I'll try to let some light shine in there. It has gotten crazy. Just to go over real quick the new additions. I actually went and bought a power head as well, a 250 something power head. I thought I add a little bit more flow. I put it in that corner. It just got crazy. Things were blowing real crazy. The fish were having a hard time swimming. It just was stirring everything. I feel like it's perfect now. See how it kind of, it moves pretty well. Like it moves usually more than that. You can see this soft coral moving. You can see the tentacles moving right there. He's kind of hidden in that corner. The bubbles, you can see those moving. You can see the flow kind of on the grass. So the flow pretty much gets everywhere. There isn't too many dead zones. It's set up really nice right now. The other one was just too much. Or what I might do, instead of adding another power head, I might just get a nicer one. That's a really cheap, like $8.99 power head. It's made by some Chinese company. I don't even know what it is. Honestly, I'm probably going to upgrade that. That's like a 500 something. I'm probably going to get like a maybe another 100 gallons or so per hour. That should be just right. This usually flows pretty well. I don't know what it is. The Nemo's been getting rather close to that bubble. I'm hoping he kind of starts rubbing up against it and I think he's starting to notice it. See, you can see him kind of looking at it. Come on. The bigger one is become the dominant one. Hopefully, like I said, she becomes a female. They all seem to really get along. They really don't chase each other and beat up on each other. So just going real quick, I showed you my foods that I had. You know, the Spectrum sinking balls, the flakes, the algae pellets, which I probably won't need those. Here is my coral like paste. You know, you just mold it together and then you can stick stuff. I'm used a little bit too much. I could have been using a little less, and that way you wouldn't see it. This is not a show tank by any means. Maybe one day it'll get there, but for now, everything is healthy and doing good, and that's what I'm most happy about. Obviously, you see my refractometer. What is new is I had to buy more chemicals. Here's my test kit now. It is literally full. I ended up buying calcium because of my candies, so I got KH test, calcium, and I think it's phosphate test. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm just trying to find the bottle. Phosphate test. There's one of the 2 bottles. So I got that as well. It came with tubes for it, the charts, you know, how to read it, all that's in here. All my papers, all my charts, everything you need to know. how to test, I kind of kept all that. I also took some notes, even though I watch videos. Wow, there's just no room in here. Just gonna kind of stick that in here. Yeah, it's crazy right now. I'll mess with that later. I had to take some notes, like for instance, you know, version 2, how to dose, what the chemicals I have, how I want to pretty much dose, day 1, day 2, 9 days, separating which one's a dose, how to skip the 4th week with the natural. I'll show you the actual chemicals. So let me set that to the side. I did purchase this before. I don't know if I showed it to you guys. These are the Reef. These help out a lot. You only do that about once a week. I got this little algae brush to kind of help me clean some of the algae. I am getting a scraper. I wish I would have gotten that, but I did not. What else did I get? Okay, so chemical wise, let's bring this up here. I had to get these due to the candy. Any hard coral you get, you have to buy these. These are like minimum. These won't be in the market much longer, but I think this is, in my opinion, the Lagoon solution is the best way to add iodine to your water naturally, and it works really, really well. You just do drops. I think you do it for like 2 or 3 weeks, and you skip a week, and then you go back to it. This is gonna be around much longer, but this works really well. It's natural, so that's a plus. And then here's step 2, which is one of 2-part dosing system. This is your alkalinity. And then the second part would have been the calcium, but I didn't want that big of a bottle. I probably should have maybe bought it, but this is your liquid calcium right here. So you basically got your two dosing method right here. Your magnesium is the way you, that's the only way the system takes the calcium and the alkalinity. So this is very important. So you have to buy your magnesium. Bought that as well. So these are your 4 chemicals that I highly, highly recommend. I didn't buy all the same brand. Most of them were, I probably should have bought the same size as this, but this was, I think, was a little bit cheaper. But that's a good brand. There's lots of brands out there. Honestly, it's preference, what you like and what you think is going to work better for your tank. They all are pretty much the same chemicals, same basis. So I wanted to show you that. Trying to think what else. I'm getting ready to buy another bottle of tiger pods. I want to make sure that the population is healthy. Even though there's plenty of places for them to hide and breed, and it's a nice warm temperature, the flow isn't crazy right now. You can see how he can swim up that wall and easily hunt. I'm hoping he's getting plenty of food. But all the corals are looking so good. Like I said, this has only been in here not even 24 hours. Look how good that looks. This is doing well. This has been in here a few days, almost a week. That's looking great. That's a little over a week. That's a little over a week, and this is a little over a week. Even though technically this fell and has been falling for several days. It just did not. I don't know if it didn't like the spot or I didn't glue it on there right. You can get these to stick on their own. It could just take a few hours or even a few days. So I couldn't get it to stay at all. It kept falling in the gravel, kept closing up. So I just went ahead and stuck it there. It was, like I said, it was so closed up, I couldn't tell really which way to put it. I just wanted it to stay up there. Come to find out, it's almost facing its behind to us. So unfortunately, I have to adjust that. I'm probably going to change this position more somewhere like right here on this ridge, kind of facing towards us a little bit. I'm thinking about putting either some kind of hard coral right there. She's gonna probably purchase that. She's been wanting to get it. It's purple. What's it called? Has a really weird name. I'm just terrible with names. I know what it is, you know, that it's hard coral with the dose maintained or take care of it. It's just I'm terrible with names, and I apologize for that. If you guys want to put the names down in the bottom in the comments for all these corals, please feel free. But that's pretty much it. I just have your standard. This switch was one of my favorite upgrades right here. It's just, you know, simple to turn anything on. I got my protein skimmer off right now. There's another spot for another switch. Everything else is plugged into here, so that's nice. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's the paper that has all the information I'm kind of jotting down and keeping track and kind of watching out myself. I believe in a certain way of dosing, and I've been doing plenty of research on that. I'm sorry that if I'm moving around a little too much. I didn't get my stand out. I wasn't expecting to do a video, but I wanted to show you my new addition. There'll probably be at least one more addition, and then I'm just gonna let everything grow and see how it does. I don't plan on fragging anything anytime soon. I'm just gonna let everything kind of grow and see how it does. I did a water change last Monday. It was Monday. So you know, I went almost almost 6 weeks, about 5.5 weeks without a water change, and then the levels were not terrible, honestly. They were pretty decent. I just thought it would be time. I got rid of a lot of the algae, mainly on the rocks up there. I know it looks a little green right there, but it was really bad hair algae. Longer than that and bigger than that all over it. I kind of brushed the rocks a little bit. Took some of the shrimp and food off there. It kind of fell to the ground. I went ahead and vacuumed up as much as I could to kind of get rid of some of that older waste. And that's really it. I am going to work on cleaning this glass up. I should have probably used that magnet and kind of cleaned it up a little better. I have been I'm thinking about start taking my magnet out of the water. It gets gross from leaving it in there like that. But it kind of holds up my little grabber right there because it's too long to put in below the stand. So that's pretty much it. The temperature has not fluctuated. It is holding steady at about 77 to 79. It's a little bit on the low side now. It's probably at it's about 76. This is the lowest it's been since I've gotten it. I might give it a hair bump, like turn it up a little bit. This is the lowest it's ever been. Usually it's between 77 and 79, not 76, so about a degree. That could be an variance in the little temperature thing there. So I'm probably just gonna barely turn it a little bit, give it a little bump. I want it typically between 78 and 79, no more than a degree variance. Kind of keep it steady. That's still warm enough. It's not gonna hurt or kill anything. As far as the salinity goes, I keep it at, right now I got it at 1.024. The gravity is 1.024, 25-ish. Evaporation has not really been an issue. I think I've added a total of like a gallon, maybe, guys, because the salt level was high and I needed to lower it with distilled water. So, yeah, it hasn't really evaporated. I don't know why. I mean, it's plenty warm. It gets plenty of light, plenty of flowage. I don't know why. But, so that's pretty much it. Everyone seems happy. They all eat well. I've been feeding my anemones probably every couple days, maybe 3 days. I know a lot of people like to feed every once a week or so. I feed a little bit more just because I want them to grow, become a little bit bigger. What else? Gravity, I think, is like, parts per million. Salt-wise, it's like, I think 30, between 30 and 30. I think either 31, I think between 30 and 31-ish. 32 is a little bit better. For the corals, 1.025 is where you want it for corals. I got it, I think, at 1.024. So that's why I'm not going to add a little water, let it a little bit evaporate, and then help it go up a little bit, and then I'll check it once it gets where I want it. I'll just kind of watch it there. But everything's been nice, so I want to thank you for watching Gabe's Reef, and I think that's going to do it for this video. See you guys later.